It's been a wee while since I put any videos up on Andy Free's IT channel, so today I'm going to do one for this iPad Air, first generation. It's an iPad Air 1474. Can you see the cracks? Oh, you can see it there, big crack along there. It does work, still works. Not so good with the cracks. First step is we need to get the broken screen off. I'm going to use my trusty iFixit eye opener. The first thing that we want to do is to put it down on the left hand side of the iPad. We'll junk back. Right, here we go. Tools. We'll use this sucker, eye opener, screwdriver, tweezers. Uh-oh. You have moved yourself. That's better. When we get to tweezers, we need the spudger, plectrum. Good. Definitely brightens things up. We start on this side and we're going to go up here releasing all the adhesive, and then we're going to move along the top here, part way down this side to about where that crack is there. This crack here, we'll go to about there. Wi-Fi antenna's down here, so we need to be super careful. We might need to go and heat this up again. So I'll just put it along the top just now. It's been on there a wee while. And see if we can get any gap to open up along here. So we're just using this sucker to try and pull it up a bit. Looks like it's getting a wee bit of a gap. Nearly. I'll try it, but there we go. And then we'll just put the plectrum in because the plectrum's a bit less harsh on it. Right. So we're going just try and get this off without any nonsense. Don't want to come off. Come back to that bit. So we'll go up the top. In fact, you know what, I'm going to get the other plectrum. Leave that there. Get another plectrum. And also just see if we can see there's a crack here. There's a crack there. So the screen's just lifting up over it rather than pulling over into this crack. Or past it, I mean. So just lift that up. Put a second plectrum in there, if I can. No. Right, we'll just pull that down to there, leave it there. And we kind of want another plectrum, just leave in this space here so these don't go back down. Oh, too far. Try not to do that. And then pull this one up. Move that onto the other side now, so that's on the right hand side now. So we can just go right along the top here till we get to a crack that we can't get past. I'm just going to put this in there to hold that up. See if we can get this cracked bit out without glass going everywhere. So it looks like it's going to go everywhere. Okay. There we go. Wasn't so bad. Here's that. Well, that's all stuck back down there, but it doesn't stick down as good once it's been melted, or not melted but heated. oofed. Oh my goodness, did I just puncture that? I poked a hole in one of these before and it was not good. That's sort of game over for the fixing for the night if you poke a hole in that. I should probably get a backup actually. That would be a good idea. So this side's looking a bit difficult because there's so much breakages, so many breakages in it. Peel that bit off. Oh, pulling the camera about and leaning on that wire. Should have said. Right. So the pliers aren't exactly not the pliers, the tweezers aren't exactly the best tool for this, because obviously they can poke holes in things that you wouldn't want holes in, so you just have to be careful, because I have found that they're pretty much required for everything. Maybe that's just me. Right, so I'm going to go slightly off track with this and go down to the bottom now instead of concentrating any more on that side. Just release that. What's going on here? There's a bit of a teaser there that's sticking it down. Right, and then we'll get the bottom done. Get out of the way of these Wi-Fi antennas and stuff. Just try and keep all this glass away so there aren't any splinters, or whatever you call it when it's glass. So what I'm planning on doing here is get the bottom heated up and then release all that over the antennas, and then just sort of slowly bend it up to release this side, because it's all cracked down that side and it's going to be a pain. See, we've got this big crack here and that's going to cause some trouble if I try and like get this cutters down there and stuff. So I'm just going to try and get the bottom done and then try and bend it up. This is where the wires are, so although we're changing it anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's just best not to, you know, cut the wires. Good practice, I guess. Right, let's try this. So the Wi-Fi antennas are in here. Don't know if you'll be able to see. Don't know if I'll be able to see. So when you're doing these bits on either side, you really only want to go from the outside in, which is going to make the next bit a bit difficult. So I'm just going to go lightly over here and then in there, and then bring it back this way. And that's really the only way to do that, because otherwise if you go from the outside, from the inside out, well, I'll show you what will happen. Yeah, we're good there, you can see in there the Wi-Fi antennas are still good, and then we're just going to try and fold it up really slowly. Fold it open, sorry, really slowly. I'll just turn it around again so we can see. It's going to open fine. So this bit's a bit stuck down there, just slowly open it and all the adhesive will just peel off like a sticker. If you see any bits that are bending, just move them gently. And that's it. Take that adhesive off. Right, so what I was saying is with when you're doing around the bottom, you only go from the outside, sorry, in across these antennas like that. So you come in here over these bits, you come in here over these bits where the screws are, push it in and then move it that way. Same on this side, in there and then push it that way. If you go the other way, there's a chance that you'll catch that, and if you catch that and rip it off, that's game over for the Wi-Fi antenna. So that's why. Nice big handprint on the iPad now. Got a splinter in my hand. Right, I'm going to take these screws, well, let's get rid of some of this glass. Right, I'm going to take these screws out up the top. And down here. I usually try to get the LCD off as quickly as possible, because it's like, if you just want to have it gone, because if you're trying to do stuff and you end up, you know, taking the screen off can be a bit of a intense procedure, and if something goes wrong and you smash the LCD, then it's going to cost you more money. So I usually just try and get it off out here right away and somewhere safe that's not going to be. Speaking of which, we should test it. Yeah, still good. Alright, so bend that forward, and then there's 3 more screws on this piece. Take them out. And just keep them in order. Keep them in some sort of way that you're going to know which one goes back. Some people like to write it down, but they're all different sizes, so it's best just to keep it in a sort of shape that makes sense to you where they go back, or record it and then you can look where you put them if you've got that battery. So that just pulls out, this connector just pulls out, see it there, and that. There you go, just pulls out, and then we put that over there so it's safe. Now, with these ones, there's the home button wire, and then there's the digitizer wire, and there's like 2 digitizer connectors here. So take this one off, just peel them up. In fact, first I should have disconnected the battery. So unscrew the battery, and then just you can get a different tool for this, which has like this bit cut out, and then you stick it under there, but I just use that, stick it into the side, that's it disconnected. Right, and then take this little bit of tape off here, not all of it, just this little bit covering the home button connector. Try not to damage the connector. Peel that up. Oh Christ, it's got all of that. Right, we don't want all, whatever, we'll just move it back a bit. Didn't really want to take all that off. That has never happened before. This has never happened to me before, guys. Right, we put that there, and then it's just a little flip up connector here. Flip that up and then pull that out, and now we should be able to get this all off. There we go. Now we'll just put that in the drawer of doom down here. iPad graveyard. And then we'll just take off. See, now I've got to get all this glue off, so that's why it's best to have the LCD out of the way, because when you're poking about in here, there's no telling where these pliers are going to go. It's bad enough that we've got a big battery there that we could puncture and cause some real health issues for everyone in the house. I'll just tap that to get all the glass out. And then scoop up all the glass into the bucket. So I've got a clean desk. This is cool. I like using this like this. It's like one of those like some sort of like, is it a French waiter or a silver service waiter? You scrape all the crumbs off your table with a razor blade. Well, that's what I'm like. Scrape all the glass off the table with the side of a nice sesame. It's just the service, you know. That's what you get. There's another bit. I missed that one. They always miss the crumbs at the restaurants as well. Right. So that's all looking pretty good. Another bit of glass there. Just make sure there's nothing here which is going to cause any bother. And this is all pretty clean as well, which is really good. Usually they find a load of guff down here. Try not to get too close to the camera just in case you scratch it. Just scraping off all this adhesive along here. So I find if you get just most of the adhesive off, so that it's a sort of nice clean surface for the new piece to stick to, for the new screen to stick to, that helps. I have tried things like using alcohol solutions and stuff to properly clean all this up, so it's just shiny metal again, but in all honesty it didn't make any difference. If the screen wasn't sticking right, it's never going to stick right, because usually it's because there's a bend in the case. This one looks right, doesn't look like there's any bend, but like sometimes people will drop them out of cars and stuff and there'll be a gigantic bend in the case, which you can correct the bend a bit, but usually it's still obvious, and well, not to you but to the bit of glass it's obvious. Just being careful there not to ram that Wi-Fi antenna, and also keeping the scraper tool right down there away from, like, over the screws, so it doesn't scrape anything off that it's not supposed to. Let's go back up this side, pushing it right into the edge because I don't want it coming down here and denting anything on the logic board. That would not be great. And just run that up there. Couple of little bits of dust in there. Right, good. Now we're ready. Just put it up there so you can see it. Hopefully this microphone's worked. Plugging the microphone right into the camera, which is new territory. Oh good, sent the right colour, wonderful. Right, so first things we need to get, oh no, that's not the first thing. This, well, let's go over that in there. Right, so first thing we need to plug this in. And that just goes in like this. iPad Air, by the way, is one of the friendliest iPads to fix. All the ones before it are just a bit of a pain for getting things off, and then iPad Air 2 is just a pain because you need to, there's got like a lot going on in here. Also the screen is connected to the LCD, so it's like the iPhone, but to replace the full unit costs quite a lot. And it also has a bit for the, I bit, what am I trying to say? A bit for the, you know, when you shut it and it makes the screen go off, it has that on here down the bottom. So you need to desolder it and then resolder onto the new screen, which is just a pain. I don't know why they can't just make them with that bit on it. That would be so much easier. It might be that it's unique to the iPad or something, unique to that specific iPad, who knows. I wonder what sort of pain there's going to be for iPhone 7 as well. We shall see. Right, so that's that screwed back in. And, oh wait there, just unscrew that actually, just for completeness. I'll put that bit of tape back on. Epic bit of time wasting there. There we go. Screw it on again. And this one, what is this on my finger? Some sort of iPad bogey. I don't know what that was. What's in the iPad now? Right. Oh my goodness, get out of there. Right. Take that off. Put the screw back in for the battery. What's that? Bit of glass. Right, so now, first test. Let's do this. Switch them on, that's a good start. And just put that over just now so we can have a wee fiddle a bit and see if it works. What we got here? Eye opener in the shot. Can have that. Can have that. Never had to use the spudger. Got quite a few videos on the computer that I need to edit up, but I just don't have any time. I'll blank that out. Open them up. Wonderful. So that all looks to be working just fine. Can we go somewhere where it's not got a picture of someone's face? And we'll just add a new note. Just check that it works. Test, test. Much testing. Nice, and then we'll try it that side. Even more testing. Space, space, space. Numbers, letters, keyboard away. And then on this side, so this is just to test that all the different parts of the screen work. Numbers, good. Keyboard away, come back. Testing. Because it is important. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Good. And we'll just try that one more time. This way. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Good. Good. Right, perfect. That's wonderful. Right. Now, just close that. And we'll get this thing back together. So, first things first. Screen goes back in. Got 4 screws here. Dang, name Where's the lady's eyebrow tweezers? Over there like that. I'm going to trap it underneath it. There we go. And then this one. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And this one. Right, so that's great, and now we need to just clean this. I got a bit of a thumbprint, and can you see the prints on there? I don't know if you can. Let's lift it up a bit, see if you can see it. Yeah, look at that, they need to come off. Usually just a gentle rub with I use these microfiber cloths. They tend to take everything off. You can put a little bit of moisture on it if it's necessary, but in my experience it just makes it a bit worse. Also try not to use anything that's got a shard of glass on it, because that is just messy. Okay, a bit more up there. And then use a different one just to finish it off. Let's have a look. It's looking pretty delightful. We'll just give it another wipe to get rid of all these crumbs. Glass crumbs. And then I've got another special trick which I'm sure I've showed you before for getting rid of the crumbs, and I sort of got this trick from a screen protector which I was applying. Right, so I'm going to take these adhesive strips off of the backing of the adhesive strip, sorry, off of the sides first. And the top one. And we'll leave that side one on, but I'm just going to undo the top of it and fold it around the back, and that will become clear why in a minute. And then there's a little tab here, try and get the eyebrow tweezers underneath that. Just peel this protective sheet off and then don't breathe. I'm going to put this on top of the screen, like that, and then lift this up. Okay, and then we'll just take that off again. And then, because we've not taken this adhesive off on that side, I'm just going to push this side in first into place. Now, let me explain a few things here, right? So, took this bit off and then put it on the screen because it's sticky on the back, and then you can see on there, there's loads of little bits of stuff that it picked up off the screen. So it's just a really good little trick. As long as you don't get breathe all over this, then it's a really good trick. Just put it on and pull it off to get rid of all the extra guff under there. Now the reason why we fold this one back and don't take it off is because we want to be able to stick this side down, stick that side down, and then turn it over. And you'll see in here there's a little, one of the digitizer cables. Just push that down. You need to push that down into the little gap that we've seen before, and then also just make sure that the home button cable, let's check it, the home button cable isn't over there. And then once we've done that, we can just pull the last bit of adhesive off, and then unstick this from the back, and then just push all that down. And that's that, tricks of the trade. And then push it all down. Now, so that's it. That's all there is to it. And you've got quite a few tricks in there as well, which I've picked up along the way. How to do these things a bit tidier. You have to make sure also that you've cleaned it properly. Like if you've left any muck in the sides or anything, then when you come to do that last bit there, where we push them down, then when you push it, you'll release all sorts of dust and guff like that into the iPad. So now the last special trick which I will share with you is the trusty A1474 peg. Now it's not just one peg, it's only one that's been branded so far because I've not had the soldering iron out in a while, but this is the trusty A1474 peg. This piece here is where the cables go down, and it is a pain in the neck, right? So you put because the cable's there, it always pushes it up slightly. So you put the trusty A1474 peg on there. Boom. It's going to hold it down until morning. And then we'll just put a few more pegs that haven't been branded yet around it, just to hold it, because the adhesive, although it is like just sticky tape, it needs some. That one's broken. I need some new A1474 pegs. It needs some holding to hold it in place and give it some pressure. I used to use a big jar of coins in here to put on it, but it never really worked. So now I use A1474 pegs. I'll get some more pegs. Maybe see if you can buy branded pegs somewhere. Make sure you've got one over that bit where it keeps popping up though. And that's it. That's the iPad Air 1 fix. Put toys away. Tools away, sorry, not toys. Right. Well, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And smash that like button. Smash the like button. Okay, thank you. Bye.